Oh my gosh, someone's going to be here really soon.
Every time I see you, I'm caught up in your magic. My feet don't touch the ground. I never knew the feeling until you.
Now I have one more quick one to show you that just came out. So give me one quick second to click on that one. Screen share. This is a really cool one. This just got launched a couple days ago.
You get me going. You keep me moving. You got me on my way with what you're doing. You get me going. Superhuman. And I want more of what you're doing. You get me going. You get me. You get me going. You get me.
Oh my gosh. Who's going to seminar? I want to see hands. Who's going to seminar? Who's going? I know Lori's going. I'm going. Brenda's going. Anybody else going to seminar to Dallas? Jen, you're going. I'm so excited. Carrie, I know you're going and crossing the stage. Oh my gosh. Connie, you're going as well. Oh, you guys, this is going to be so exciting. Our 60th year. Who would have ever thought? Who would have thought 60 years ago when Mary Kay's husband had a massive heart attack at the breakfast table and she had this brilliant idea to start a cosmetic company with pink and gold jars. Everyone, including her attorney, told her she was crazy. And she said, nope, I believe it's going to work. And he goes, but lady, you can't pay that kind of commission. You can't, it's not going to work. You're going to go broke. And she goes, nope, I think it's going to work. She didn't listen to anybody, like nobody. And she and Richard started this company. And who would have thought 60 years later, we'd be in 40 countries globally. 40 countries, you guys, and lives are being changed. I mean, there's a skincare class going on right now all over the world. One's starting, one's ending, one's in another state, maybe another country. So it's exciting to see all that's going on. So I'm super excited that you guys are here. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. We've got some fun things to share with you guys, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Any win you had this last week, any success you want to share. Maybe you handed out a sample, maybe you called a hostess and got her to book a party. Lori, that includes you. Anybody want to share anything exciting that happened this last week?
I just want to say, I had a call for a reorder, and I knew that there were things that are new that this client would want. And it was not easy, but I scrambled around and I did have her come in, and she did. Anyway, when all was said and done, it was over $300.
Nice.
So,
yay!
There is something to providing customer service and, thinking about, gosh, what does she need? And I loved it, Diane, because you've said this enough. So now it's in my brain. I said, our goal is to make sure that when you walk by, any other cosmetic line, that you just keep walking, because we have everything you need. And
yeah, why would I need that if I have Lori?
And it'll save you time and money and everything. So I loved having that because you've said it enough, it's in my
Well,
brain.
it's funny when you plant that seed. I said that to a customer as I dropped off a bag on her porch and she came out to meet me. And I said, well, my goal is that you walk past everything, whether it be Sephora, Ulta, Target, Nordstrom's. I want you to think, why would I stop there if I have Diane? And she goes, do you know, about a week later, I was with my daughter and I would have normally like zipped into Ulta, but I kept walking. And I'm like,
They will thank you. Trust me, they will
it's
thank you.
important that we tell them that. So thank you for sharing that, Lori. I appreciate that. Who else had something exciting that happened this last week? Who would love to share? Who would like to share something exciting?
I will.
All right, Jen.
So I got a new customer, even though she's been a customer sort of for a while. Her consultant retired, and because she is in the same office with somebody I know, she called me and now she's my client.
Yay.
So the interesting thing about that is that her daughter sells a different color line. And she gets her skincare from somebody else. So she has 2 products that she orders all the time. And I thought, oh, that's perfect. Somebody I can get on my skincare and somebody who already does direct sales who I can also get on my team.
Oh, I would totally recruit the daughter who sells the other line.
Mm-hmm,
If
exactly.
nothing else, do a sharing appointment with her and ask her to compare what she's doing. And we're going to talk a little bit about side hustles tonight and what other companies are offering. So thank you for sharing that, Jen.
Ask her, would she give her opinion on Thursday night? That's powerful.
Yeah.
Sure.
Kristen Sharp. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or the debut. Yeah, absolutely. So Brendan, did you want to say something? I think you unmuted and you were going to jump in.
I did. I just was going to say that I did a vendor event on Saturday. Diane, you know this, but most of you don't know. I live in a pretty small town. Anyway, it was great in the sense that there wasn't actually a ton of people, but yet I still walked away with 25 names. So
wow. Okay, so do you mind giving us, how did you find the event and what did you do at your booth to get that many names?
I just found out about it. This is my second year doing it. I just found out about it through local stuff that there was this thing. It's called Happening at the Commons. And anyway, and so I just said, how do I find out? How do I find out if I can be a vendor at this place? Blah, 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 blah. And so I was, last year I did it and got several names then too. And then this year, I was, totally knew what I was doing with the event. I've been there, and all I do really is I showcase some of our stuff. And I have you're going to have to excuse me. I've got this whatever thing going on in my vocal cord, but, anyway, I just have this thing saying I'm giving away a free microderm facial, and I'm doing a drawing for it. If you want to put your name and number in it, that's what I do. I just, they're like, okay. And some of them are like, Mary Kay, I didn't know that was still around, or, whatever. So I find people that are looking for Mary Kay person that didn't know we were still around, that loved the product, whatever, and that kind of thing. And then some that are like, I've never heard of it. I'm like, really? Wow.
People actually came to you and said, I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I run into people. I do. I run into people, probably 1 out of 10 people that have never heard of it. I know.
I always say, oh my gosh, a Mary Kay virgin.
I know. I know. I kind of laugh and I'll say, oh, I love virgins. This is awesome. Yeah, I'll do that too.
I always wonder what rock they live under, unless it's somebody young, like this kid at the grocery store. He's on my Mary Kay thing, and it said Mary Kay Independent Beauty Consulting. He goes, Mary Kay, what's that? I said, you never heard of pink Cadillacs and stuff? And he goes, no, ma'am. I said, okay. I said, it's a cosmetic company. He goes, oh, okay. He was probably like 20 years old, but I was just like, anyway, it's all good. So congratulations, Brenda, on doing the event, first of all, and for getting over 20 leads, which I know your follow-up will be amazing, because that's what it's all about, you guys. It's all in the follow-up.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm super excited. How are you feeling about your debut on Thursday? You excited?
I'm excited. I've never attended or been the subject of a debut. So, hey. Let's
So you
go.
guys, I really hope you guys will all jump on to support Brenda. It's going to be at 4:30 California time. It's only 1 hour. We have a national, a trip winning director named Petey Huffman sharing. Brenda's going to do her ice story. It's going to be amazing. So if you have a girlfriend or a customer, offer them a gift, although we will do some guest giveaways. Offer them a gift for just jumping on. And here's what's cool. It ends, and then 30 minutes later is a sharing event with Kristen Sharp. So if they jump on and they're like, okay, so now that I heard these stories and I'm inspired, I think I want to do this, or I want to know more, then you say, great, I'll double the gift if you'll jump on to hear Kristen Sharp in 30 minutes, and they can jump on to hear Kristen Sharp, and you never know. She might go from being a guest at the debut to being your next team member. So Carrie, Marty, those of you who've got your focus on red, I would absolutely utilize that. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. So who else has
Okay,
got something
and
exciting they want to share?
Is Brenda's debut information on your, okay.
It's been posted for over a week.
Just
Yeah.
come here at 4, it's 4:30.
Oh, at this, okay. Okay, well, I have
4:30
something
on Thursday.
exciting.
Okay.
So, I've planted a seed over a couple of years. And when I followed up last night with one, well, okay, this young lady, originally I met a friend of hers, and then I sent them both samples, and then they weren't available at the time, but then I was able to reach out to this young lady and said, hey, have you used your sample? No. So she jumped onto one of your calls. But over the last couple of years, we've been talking, and she was in cosmetology school, so it wasn't a good time. Now she's a wedding planner. And so when I called her last night, my first exciting thing was, she says, oh, I'm always so excited and glad to hear when you call. And I'm like, oh, I like the sound of that. And she was saying, you know, you've mentioned to me a number of times that I should probably do Mary Kay. And then when I was on that call, the lady there said that, you know, it would be a good idea. So how do I do that? So I sent her my link, and we walked through it, you know, how to do Mary Kay. And so we went over the options and so forth, and I sent her an Evite. So that's my exciting thing.
Congratulations. And Connie, where did you meet her?
Well, okay, I've actually never seen her. I met her friend at Staples when I went up to Vino Bello for my anniversary. Even though my husband is no longer around, I go up there every year for my anniversary. I had forgotten my charger. I ran into Staples, got a charger, gave the young lady my card, followed up with her, and, you know, sent her the samples. And so it's her friend that I have actually never met, but have talked to.
You never know who someone's going to bring you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Connie. Good for you. I can't wait to meet your next team member next week.
We are just weeks away from the end of our seminar year. That's why now is the time.
Where's that coming from?
Your momentum and charge.
Okay.
Is that you, Lori?
It is. I just muted Lori. Okay. Who else has got something exciting they want to share that happened this last week? Carrie, Lana, Marty, anybody else want to share something that they did that was a little different?
I would like to share, Diane. Can you hear? Yeah, so I was talking to a few friends, and they were telling me that they want to know more about like makeup and skincare. And I was like, well, why don't you jump on my sessions? I'm going to start doing on Friday. And so far I got 2 ladies that are very connected. They are not in the country actually, but they watch the video and they refer me to their friends and family here in the US.
Oh, nice.
And I'm getting 5, I'm getting 5 different addresses to send samples and to book parties with them, with their families in the other countries. So
nice.
Yes, I'm super excited because I actually know one of these people, and so it's gonna be nice to connect them.
Well, that'll be super fun because you'll be able to build if they're a consultant here in the United States after you recruit them, then they could sell to their family in the other states, or in the other countries. I mean, like if they join your team, they could service their sister in Venezuela or, whatever. So, well, congratulations, Marty. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited.
I know the first time I met you at your kickoff party, I've never had so many people compliment a new consultant on their customer service. Marty has people who've been with her, like friends of hers, since she worked at Verizon and she sold them a phone. Like, who does that, right? Who keeps in touch with their Verizon sales rep? But Marty's got this following, which means you've got great people skills and great customer service. So congratulations for that. I wanted to also give a shout out to Hilda, who's had a ton of, can we sell Mary Kay in India? Actually, Mary Kay used to be in India and there was some government issues and they had to shut it down. They shut it down after about 8 years. We were doing very well in India, but we are right now currently not in India. That doesn't mean you can't recruit people here from India, of course, but we just aren't currently selling in that country. But I want to give a shout out to Hilda Banks, who has not had a ton of health issues. She's moved, lots of craziness, and she's had like 4 $100 days so far in May, and people dropping by to say, hey, I need a foundation, and they walk out with $100 worth of stuff. So she's been doing really well with follow-up and customer service. So, all right, anybody else really quickly want to share?
Well, I will.
Oh, yes, Sandy.
Sorry. A couple things. I finally got bold enough to ask 2 of my customers to, like you were saying about, Mary Kay has a new program with regard to skincare. It's called On Your Hand, to have a party for me. They haven't committed yet for dates, but to me, I need to follow up with them by the end of this week to confirm their dates. And then the second thing was, I do have a new customer, and she's trying the 3D. Maybe I talked about this before, but she had a plastic surgeon on her face last fall, I guess it was. And she was really disappointed, but then I asked her if she really uses good skincare, and she doesn't. So she finally ran out and said she's willing to try Mary Kay. So
Nice.
I'm checking with her to see how she's doing about it. But I've been working on her. She's they call it an elder care manager since, and my other job, for like 5 years, talking about Mary Kay, and she always makes a compliment. And I tell her, well, you could have this good skincare too. So, so I'm excited about working with her.
Nice.
So that's
It's
exciting.
so funny, you guys, when we have those yeses, and you have to just realize that you're never going to get lots of yeses in a row, but it's just about asking enough numbers. So
Right.
anybody else real quick want to share anything that happened this last week that was a little outside their comfort zone, or a win? Anything that they did? Anybody want to share real quick? Okay.
If you have a string of yeses, just expect you will get a string of no's.
So what I wanted to share with you guys is the idea of a deck of cards. Now, what's interesting is there's 52 cards in a deck. There's how many face cards? 12. Well, this is just like the statistical odds. So if you literally take a deck, and I just shuffled these, so I have no idea what this top card is. Every numbered card, every non-face card is a no. Every face card is a yes. So if I say, okay, well, here's what I'm going to use. I'm going to share the Mary Kay career opportunity with 52 people. I'm just going to ask 52 people to hear the Mary Kay story. Ideally, I'd facial them first, but you know what I'm saying? And then go with this. And so the first person you ask is going to say no. The second person you ask is also a no. The third person is also a no. See how we do. The fourth is a no. The fifth, oh my gosh, is a no. The sixth is a no. The seventh is a no. Wow, I shuffled these. The eighth is a no. 8 no's in a row. 9 no's. 10 no's. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? 11 no's. 12 no's. A yes. Okay, number 13, that's kind of ironic. Number 13 was a yes. That means, so you went through, how many of you guys would be willing to go to 12 no's? 12 customers say, no, I don't want to book a party. 12 women that hear about the Mary Kay opportunity say no. How many of you would go to that 13th person? Okay, now let's see what the next one is. Oh, 2 yeses in a row. All right, so that's called payback. That's God's way of saying payback. Okay, that's 13 and 14, 15. Okay, now you guys, this was these were shuffled. I swear to you, 3 yeses in a row. So, okay, then the next one. Okay, that I cannot believe happened. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, so we got 4 yeses in a row.
It's
Next
okay.
one is a
It
no.
might happen, but then you better expect that there's going to be some no's also.
So yeah, so we got 9 no's in a row or 10 no's in a row. Then we got 4 yeses. Then we got another no, and then 1 yes, and then another no, another no, another no, another no. So if you literally take these deck of cards and you say, okay, you shuffle them up really well, and you literally get on the phone with your customers and say, okay, I'm going to get 12 parties on my books. I'm going to call 52 people, customers, colleagues. Some of you may not have 52 customers, and that's fine. Could be neighbors, could be girlfriends, could be a lead from a booth event, as long as you get a booking. So let's say you text a whole bunch of leads or call a bunch of leads from an event. You might text or call 8 people, and 6 of them might not even respond or say, no, thank you, give it to someone else. Well, then you go into your deck and you pull out 6 numbered cards, and you have those all be your no's. And then all I know is that when the deck gets thinner and thinner and thinner, and you haven't done a face card, the statistical odds are you're going to start getting multiple yeses.
Okay, can I say something?
Absolutely.
Thank you. All right, now, all those no's, I want to remind people that those no's know people. And so hopefully they'll share, but I mean, we hope not everybody will, not all the no's will share, but you could say, you know what, this may not be for you, but you may know somebody. So remember to get referrals is all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And realize you guys can't take it personal. You know that when you deal that deck, and when some person says no, like I just had a client of mine who I thought for sure was going to join. I thought like I was going to put a $500 bill on the fact that she was going to say yes, because I just did a huge party over $1,000 for her, and I was going to turn her customers and her family over to her. She's like, I think my plate's really full. I think I just stay full price customer. And I said, okay, well, who else in your family that was there at the party do you think might be good? And she said, actually, you should talk to my sister. Her hours just got cut, and it's going to go effective June 1. So she might be interested. Okay. So I'll call the sister and say, hey, your sister Elisa suggested I talk to you. So all I'm telling you guys, it's mathematical. It's not magical. It's not you. So Carrie McCurdy's goal is to be in a DIQ. Is that correct, Carrie? Or is that still the goal, or has the goal changed? I know she's finishing sales court too. Is the goal still diamond ring and DIQ?
Yes, I'm working on it.
Okay. Or are you excited?
Yes, been
Okay.
a tough week, but yes.
So what are you most excited about?
Well, probably actually having my husband with me, so
At seminar?
yeah.
Okay. And you're going to be walking across stage for sales court. And if you're a DIQ, you'll be able to go to DIQ classes. You'll be at the royalty reception for sales court. I mean, there's going to be so many great opportunities, right?
Yep.
And so when your team gets active, if everyone on your team gets active, that'll put you at 6. And how many do you need to get into DIQ?
8.
Okay. So it's just adding 2, which is perfect, because that's the way that you get Mary Kay's jewelry this month. Those bracelets for Mary Kay's birthday are as if you add 2 great start qualifieds.
And she gets
Very-
to go to Janice's house too, right?
Thank you, Brenda. That was literally the next words out of my house. Yes. And then Carrie will also be invited to a very exclusive party. Brenda will be there. I will be there. Lori will be there. The directors will be there. Consultants can qualify if they are a DIQ. And it's really a cool thing. We sat out by Janice's pool last year. Remember, Brenda?
I do. And it's worth it. It's
You
worth
stretched,
it.
you
Go,
stretched,
Carrie.
and you even got a relative who said, I'm not going to order. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just doing this so that you can go to that lady's house.
That's right. And guess what? And then she was inactive when I went into DIQ. And while I was doing DIQ, she's like, okay, all right, I'm going to become active.
Yeah. So you guys, you just don't know. Sometimes somebody wants to be a bigger part of your vision. I was giving Kelly McGoon, I was giving one of my directors an analogy. It's like, if you can imagine your whole customer base has the flashlight on their phone, that's it, which can project maybe 3 feet, right? Like 3 feet from where you're holding your phone. But you as the leader, you're out there and you've got this big camping flashlight that can project 100 feet, not 3 feet from your phone, 100 feet. So you're in the front. They can't see what they can't see, but you as the leader, you have a vision. You have an opportunity to say, I can see more. Do you want flexibility? Do you want money? What do you want? What are you hungry for? What are you willing to do? So I wanted to share with you guys something. I qualified for a special class. It was for all directors in the Emerald. No, we're not Emerald Diamond, we're Sapphire.
Sapphire.
Division that did over 10,000. And one of the things that the National talked about that trained on, she talked about commitment levels. So tell me you guys where you are. You can just type it in the chat. Level 1 commitment, which is, I hate to say the majority, is going to be something like, okay, I'm totally in, I'm totally excited until it's no more fun. And then I'm done. So they're committed, but the second it turns into not being fun or not being easy, like they get a couple no's in a row like that card, they would have never gotten to 9 or 10 no's. No way. They'd have quit after 3 or 4. So they're in it to play and go big as long as they're having fun and everyone, it's easy. Okay. Level 2 commitment is I'm in it. You can count on me. I'm good. I'm all in. However, if it doesn't look like it's going to happen, I'm going to lower my goal. So your goal might be sales court. Then it went to princess court. Now it's like, just want to finish my star. So as you get closer, if you don't see the results on paper, you start lowering the goal. Okay. And that's so that you can experience a win. And I get that. Level 3 commitment though, is I'm all in. In fact, I'm all in 200%. I'm going to do whatever it takes to finish the goal. So Kelly and I made a commitment to each other that and I did this with Corinne Krusty today as well. We're going to do 40 faces in 40 days. As of yesterday, we have 40 days, makes me want to throw up. We have 40 days till the end of the Mary Kay year. Now, if you do any biblical references, you know that people went in, they fasted for 40 days. It went into, I mean, there's all these analogies throughout the Bible of 40 days and what can happen. And so what I will tell you guys, if you're willing to, and this is my ask for those of you who are either watching this live or hearing the recording, is over the next 40 days, what would you be willing to do? Not what could you do? I know what you could do. You could do amazing things. You could blow the doors off of everything you've ever done. But what are you willing to do? What would you have a level 3 commitment for the next 40 days? Would it be every day for 40 days, I'm going to do some kind of exercise for 20 minutes? Would it be every day for 40 days, I'm willing to listen to something inspirational like Quantum Leap Hotline? You guys, those calls are free. Why you guys aren't tapping into those? Or for some of you, I'm sure you are, but if everybody's not, tap into that. It's a phone call. It's programmed into my phone. I get up in the morning, brush my teeth. That's the first thing I do is I call in and put it on speaker. Sometimes it's 6 minutes. Sometimes it's 16 minutes, depending on who's teaching. But those are things that set your brain to a different wavelength, a different mindset. So what would you be 100%? Level 3 commitment means I'm going to do whatever it takes. I know in my heart, even though on paper it doesn't make sense, I know in my heart we will reach 209 consultants, which is our goal to get the certificate from Ryan Rogers. We will cross the finish line as a Circle of Excellence unit, because you guys, as a Circle of Excellence unit, they've actually already asked us, please bring on the trip a list of products you'd like brought back, any programs you'd like to give us input on, anything that we're doing, because they take that input. And that's why I want input from all of you. When I go to Spain, we have a whole day that's working and they ask us, what programs do you love? Do you love the Great Start programs? Do you not like it? Do you like the apps? Do you not like it? Because it's their way to tap into the sales force at a really intimate level. So I'm so excited about our unit reaching that goal of over 650,000. So yes, Lori.
Thank you. I just want to remind people that the Great with 8, wait, is that the name of it? Anyway, getting into DIQ with 8 ends. It ends. So people, it's going to go back. So now is the time. Now is the time.
Exactly.
Going to do it. So do it now.
If you have on your heart, if God's planted that seed in your heart for you to be a leader and be a director, I would get 8 as fast as you can, because as of July 1, it goes back to 10 and 30 instead of 8 and 24.
And I understand the production goes up as well.
So you guys, if right now with the promotions on sale, why would we not run right toward it? So
the
Lori,
other thing, I'm sorry, I got this from, okay, is Janice, they got a call from the company and they told her she's number 11. She doesn't like that. And so she needs all of us to pull, because that will help us. You know, she doesn't want to be number 11. She wants to be in the top 10. So,
well, and the same thing with our unit. It's like we have consultants that are inactive and the company won't let me count those. For us to get to 209, if Marty has a team member who's no longer active, she's beyond I3 and she's a T, she's still a part of our unit. They don't let me count her. They literally say she's not part of the unit. And so I need those T's. I need the T's to come back. I need the I3s to come back. And get product and take care of customers. And even if they have 2 customers, take care of the 2 you got. So let me share with you guys a couple things really quick, and then I'm going to share with you some of these stats. So how many of you guys would like to have a blow the doors off weekend? Does anybody want to have an insane weekend for selling? Am I the only one? I guess I'm the only one who wants to have an insane weekend for selling. Oh, Lori, you and I. Okay. So Lori and I and Jen Goss. Okay. the
Me
rest of you-
too, me too.
Oh,
me
Brenda.
too.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Thought maybe everyone was in a coma. All right. Let me go on here and share with you guys here. All right. So a couple things. So I don't normally, you guys know me well enough to know I don't normally do sales. I do Big Pink Friday and that's it. My customers, I don't give them half off stuff. I do the special deals from Monica when they spend $50. Okay. I decided because I need to sell 5,000 retail this month and my sales right now are close to 3,000. I need to sell $2,000 this weekend. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that because I have one 3-person skincare class in Pittsburgh on Friday night. And then my next party's not till next, whatever it is, next Wednesday. Well, I have one on Monday and one on Wednesday. Okay. So I've got to have some phenomenal sales. So if you want to steal this idea, you can, you don't have to, but I even gave you the text. So I sent this out in a text. It says, this is Diane, your MK girl, because I sent it from my cell phone that I send mass texts out of. Okay, it says, thank you for the record-breaking year we've had. I couldn't have done it without you. So I'm having a huge special for this Memorial Day weekend. Purchase an item and get a second one at 75% off. Yes, skincare sets and everything is included. See flyer. You can text, call, email me, or go to my website. Let me know if you have any questions. And yes, the new summer products are on sale. And it says in here, get a repair set for $215 and get a second repair set for $54. Get a miracle set for $120, get a second miracle set for $30. Get a charcoal and gel mask set for $49, get a second set for $12.25. In fact, if they buy a CC cream for $22, they get the second one for $5.50.
Oh,
So, and I put on there to order, text, call me, do not check. So you guys could take this flyer, cut off the bottom of this because that's got my personal info. If you want to use this, you're welcome to use my text. I sent this out in a mass text at 3:30 this afternoon. By 4 o'clock, 2 customers texted me back and said, oh my gosh, I want to get stuff. And Shannon, who was she's going on a trip this weekend and I'm going to see her on Friday before she leaves. She said, I know the sale doesn't start till Saturday, but can I order stuff on Friday? Will you honor it? I said, of course. She goes, then I'll take 1 repair set at regular, 1 at 75. I want the travel size for regular and a travel size at 75. I want 2. So she basically ordered 2 repair sets, full size, 2 repair sets travel, 2 CC creams, 2 eye makeup removers, and 1 lip balm set. So that
Nice.
purchase just now went over $300 and something.
Yeah.
And then another customer line just texted me, oh my gosh, I'm stocking up. So if you guys want to use it, you can. If you don't like this, you can do something else, but this is a great way for you to have some phenomenal sales. So you could text this out. How else could you do this? You could post this just on your VIP private page. One of my gals on my private page says, oh my gosh, can I post this on my Facebook? And I said, please don't. It's only for my customers, because if someone else's customer sees it, then, that's not cool. So does anybody have questions on the sale that I'm running that you can totally steal and borrow?
thank
Harry, I
you.
thought this might be right up your alley. Unless you're already doing something.
Thank you. That's great. Thank
Anyone
you.
have a question on this?
Awesome idea.
Because I'm thinking, gang, if you send this out, and you could even put in the text, buy a repair set, get the second repair set at 75% off, because some of them are saying, can the second item be of equal or lesser of something else? And I'm like, no, it's the same item. But stock up on the stuff you love. Stock up on hydrogel eye. Oh, by the way, your customers on repair, they should be getting multiple lifting serums.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
get a lifting serum at 70, get the next one for 20. Like, really? All right. So I just want to make sure you guys know about that. And of course, this is the believe sign from Ted Lasso, which I love. Okay. So this Wednesday, tomorrow night, we have this Kendra Scott event. Here's the English flyer. Here's the Spanish flyer. What you'll notice is Janice is going to feature products for the eyes and the lips. So you've got eye makeup remover. She's going to talk about instant puffiness reducer. Not sure why she's talking about firming eye cream, but whatever. Maybe she's going to talk about all 3 eye creams, the 3D and the repair. And then she'll do some lip stuff. So this is going to be a great event. So you have to remember, if pick a couple people that you might want on your team and say, what would it take to have you jump on? I need your opinion from a marketing standpoint, or from a branding. From a branding perspective, I'd love your input. Janice is giving away product as well as Kendra Scott goodies. So this would be a really fun thing, but you guys, you can't just post this on Facebook and pray that people get on. Like,
And Diane, don't be surprised if the products change, because she was saying something like, oh my gosh, how did that get on there? That was supposed to be for Europe.
yeah,
So-
I'm not sure why those products are on there because on her closing sheet, that's not what it is. So and
Okay,
don't even worry. Nobody's going to even pay any attention to that product. Customers aren't even going to know what that is. They just look at this cute and the Kendra Scott stuff. So anyway,
they'll
it's
see Kendra Sky. Yeah.
it's English and in Spanish. Now, Thursday night, we have Brenda Billington's debut. It's at 7:30 Eastern time. Please note that that's 4:30
30.
California time, 4:30. You will hear from Janice Trude. You will hear Brenda do her eye story. You will hear a little bit from PT Huffman. I'm going to just say very little, and we're going to do unit recognition. This is going to be fun. We will have guests typing their name in the chat section. We'll do some guest drawings and giveaways. It's only 7:30 to 8:30 or 4:30 to 5:30 California time. So that's going to be fabulous. And then immediately 30 minutes later is Kristen Sharp and Janice. And I'm thinking, man, this is like this is like the appetizer to the entree. Right? Plant the seed, have them come check it out, and then jump on here and join with Kristen Sharp. And Janice will be giving away 4 $30 e-starts. And this is her new 899. It's the one with the password is MK Pink. So this is going to be on Thursday night. Anybody have questions on any of these events? Anybody have questions on any of these? No, y'all are good. Okay. Then this morning I shot a video and I'd love for you guys to take 11 minutes and listen to that and check it out. And then Janice's class. Oh my gosh. Who sat in on Janice's class on Saturday? I did. I think Carrie, you were on there. So Carrie, what was your greatest takeaway from, I mean, you've been around enough to know that probably it was nothing new to you, but what was your greatest takeaway from Saturday?
Well, like always, to just keep going, that it doesn't matter where you are at. It's more where your head's at.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, she had some great ideas. So she basically said, just keep going out there to all pop-ups, all events.
And she said seminar is not an option. So I will tell you guys, if you're ever going to go
No,
to
seminars never been an option for me. So I've actually
Well, it shouldn't
gone
be.
ever since I've been, and it's very exciting to go to seminar. It was very hard being here 2 years in a row. I think
I
it was,
totally
wasn't it 2
agree.
years in a row? Because it's not the same by any means.
No, I totally get it.
But yeah, and I'm real excited because I get to bring my husband, so he actually gets to see the craziness. So that'll be fun. But yeah, my goal is I'm number 3 in Genesis, so my goal is getting to 1. So we'll see how far I
Okay,
go.
so Carrie McCurdy, if you're serious about being Janice's queen, I would take that Memorial Day sale. I would text it out tonight. Just take a snippet tool, like you have snippet on your computer, like a cropping tool.
Yeah.
Just crop off that bottom box. It has my info, send it out with that text and just
Well,
literally.
I'm just gonna copy it on whatever and make my own, but probably use your same words.
Well, you can do that, but if
send
you
it
just
out.
also want to put it in Word and then just crop off that little bottom paragraph.
All right, I
You can-
have Word too.
Yeah, you can totally, whatever you guys need to do, just
But
take that little
yeah,
bottom square off.
it's been a
and send it.
crazy week for me. We've been crazy. We went out and looked at our RV. We're buying a freaking, how big is it? 36-foot RV.
Oh my God, you're so crazy. All right. So I do want to share with you guys something. Thank you very much, Carrie, for sharing about Saturday. If you guys have not been in Janice's class, Marty, if you missed it, or Julie or Lan or anybody, Jen, if any of you guys missed that class, please set aside 45 minutes. It is such good information. It really talks about being out there. And are you guys being out there? I literally went to run yesterday errands and I had just a regular t-shirt on. I came back in my house, put all my stuff down, put a Mary Kay t-shirt on, grabbed my huge oversized Mary Kay tote bag, put some samples in the bottom, and then ran out. And do you know, I wasn't in Costco 15 minutes and a lady walked up and asked me for my card.
Wow.
Had I not gone in and grabbed because I had that big, huge paper tote, had I not gone and grabbed the tote and changed my shirt, she would have walked right past me. So
And
with
then
that said,
just a reminder too, and Janice goes into the stats of all of this, but you know, she keeps pounding into our brain. Just about half the people in the US are looking for a side hustle.
well, that's
a
what we're
side
going to,
hustle.
that's a perfect cue in because that's exactly what I'm going to share right now. So you guys, we're only going to share about 15 minutes of this. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to do a quick challenge for the night. So let me just pull this up really quick. And I know we still are on share sound. I assume we are. Okay, here we go.
Take notes on some of it. So I went and grabbed some of the slides that she shared, and I want to show them to you. And it was about side hustles, which would be a side gig, a part-time, whatever, a direct selling, an additional way to make money. Okay, besides your job that you already have, a side hustle. Some people like to say additional streams of income. You know, so however you want to say it, we're going to call it a side hustle. So I want to share with you.
And I can get all these slides if you guys want these slides.
I want to share with you some of the slides that she shared that I thought were really, really good. Okay. And we will just kind of look at them together and go through it. And what I want you to do, what it did to me is convince me there are a lot of people out here looking for something like Mary Kay.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're there. All we have to do is tell them about the business. Okay. They're very open to it. Okay. So I'm going to share the screen with you. And like I say, these are not my slides, they're hers. And so I take no credit in these slides, but I take credit in being smart enough to share, share this with you guys. So the first thing, these are some stats. Okay. So you can screenshot it if you like, or you can just write them down, or you can just listen. So number one was how many people have a side hustle?
70
right now.
million.
And it said 45% of working Americans report having a side hustle. That roughly amounts to 70 million people. So the United States overall population, 45% of those, 50% of the millennials have it, and 46% of the Gen Z have a side hustle. They're doing something on the side to make extra money. Now, here in our county, Lowndes County, Georgia, everybody is in a tizzy because we all just got our tax bill. And across the board, they went up on our property taxes 25%. One of our consultants said hers was $800 last year, and it is $1,300 and something this year. I mean, that is a major jump. People have side hustles. Why? Because they need extra money. Okay. And it said, how many people are looking for extra income? It said 24% of Americans plan to start a side hustle this year.
That means if you stop 4 people,
whether they are seeking extra cash at a necessity or hoping to save a little extra each year, 61.6 million Americans plan to find a second source of income soon. This was on March the 7th, 2023.
That's real recent.
So y'all, if there's 10 people in the grocery store, okay, 10 people in the grocery store, that means 25% of them would be, 2.5 of them, 2.5 of them are actually looking for something right now. All right. So just go in there and see which one it is, right? I mean, that is a high statistics of people looking for something to make extra money. They're like, how am I going to do it? I don't know, but I'm going to figure out something. Okay. All right. It said, why are so many people side hustling? It says, according to Bankrate, 41% of side hustlers need the extra money to make ends meet. Another 43% plan to use the money primarily for savings or additional disposable income. So there's some people who don't need the extra money to pay their bills, but they don't have they need extra money for savings. Okay. So if you look at the green little line, I know it's kind of small, it says need income for living expenses. You can see the green line, and then 2019 was the top, and 2022 is the blue line.
Wow.
So do you see how it changed? Many more people need more money for living expenses. And then in 2019, it said disposable income for spending. So in 2019, that was higher, just disposable income for spending. I mean, like now it's just to pay your bills is what that's saying. And then boosting your savings account and then paying down debt. That wasn't at all in there in 2019, but in 2022, it says there's 15% of them are to pay debt down. But the highest one was to make the extra money just to make ends meet and pay their bills. Okay. It said in 2022, 29% said inflation was a factor in starting their side hustle. Well, we all know about that, right? The hustle, which is where some of these stats come, found that while only half of respondents loved their primary job, only half, 76% loved their side hustle. They tolerate their regular job because they have an income, they can't quit, and they need to do it, and they got to bring home that money. But 76% of them love the side hustle. Isn't that awesome? That's probably many of you, right? It says, when I asked Side Hustle Nation what their primary motivation was for starting a side hustle, I found personal freedom was at the top of the list.
That is
Personal freedom. Okay, it says, what do side hustlers want? I polled over 5,500 Side Hustle Nation visitors. Side Hustle Nation is a thing, all right, and found that only 20% were looking to build a side hustle to quit their job. They really weren't trying to make enough money to quit their job. Now, I will tell you, when I started Mary Kay 30-something years ago, that is kind of what I thought, right? But now that's not necessarily it. The 80%, only 20% were looking to do that. 80% were just looking to make extra money, okay? So if you look at the
So what that tells me, you guys, is we got to be careful when we share the opportunity at a sharing appointment. If Marty reaches out to a realtor or a broker, or whatever, and says, oh my gosh, well, you could leave that job. That may not be their motivation. They may not want to leave that job, but this is something that could be an extra source of money that's flexible. It's all about flexibility in money.
The chart, the orange says make extra money, and the gray says quit my day job. I thought that was very interesting. Because, some people, when we talk to them about selling Mary Kay, then they go, oh, I can't quit my whatever career. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. Okay. All right. And then this says my primary motivation to start or seek information about my business or side hustle was, and then these are all the different things. Okay. So if you could, I know you can't see all the things, but the little blue piece of pie is personal freedom. 38.7%. The number one reason they started a side hustle was personal freedom. The second one was 27.4% extra income to save, to spend, or to invest. And then the third was 11% extra money to make their ends meet. 6% to pay off their debt faster. 5% as just a creative outlet. 4% said it felt like a calling. So the number one was more personal freedom. And I will tell you this, since as long as I can remember, when I did my skincare parties, all through my Mary Kay thing, I would say at the end, like when I would do marketing at my skincare class, I would say there's a lot of reasons why women decide to do Mary Kay. Some are for flexibility and freedom. Some are to make extra money. Some are to do this, some are to do that. And I would say all the things. And I would say, let me just ask y'all, let's just go around. And I would say, like, Connie, if it were you and you said, hey, I'm not saying you're going to, but let's say you're like, yeah, if I were going to do something extra like Mary Kay, it would be for, I said, which one of those things would it be for you? Y'all, I'm not kidding this stat. It was more like 90% said freedom. 90, I mean, like some of them had freedom at their job that didn't say it. They said, I would do it for the fun, or I would just do it to save some money. But 90, I mean, it was like freedom and flexibility that people, they want that. I like some freedom too, don't y'all? Okay. Number 4 was how much do people make from their side hustles? It said the average side hustle brings in $1,122 a month. The median income is much lower, just $200 a month. That means that many side hustlers are at the lower end of the earning spectrum, and the data from Side Hustle Nation subscribers seemed to support that as well. In our recent, this isn't Mary Kay, this is all side hustles, okay? So it says in our recent study, half of all respondents reported making less than $100 per month. In a typical month, my side hustle or business earns, and it had 1,722 people actually responded on this survey they did, okay? And it said in the blue, which was 52%, was up to $100 in a month. Okay. And this is just in a month. And then you can see all the different percentages. 100 to 500 was 17%. 9% made 500 to 1,000. 15% made 1,000 to 5,000. And then it didn't show, it's like a, looks like about 5%, 5,000 to 10,000, and about the same 10,000 or more. But it says still, you got to start somewhere. Once your side hustle or business has a little more traction, the numbers are more encouraging. Of the respondents making over, that's what they said, of the respondents making over $100 a month. Okay. So I thought that was very interesting, because even though it says in the recent survey, half of all respondents reported making less than $100 a month, guess what? They're all still doing it. Do y'all think y'all can make $100 a month in Mary Kay? A lot of people don't make 50%, do they? They don't. They're making that, and that's at 20% or 30%, right? So we make, to 50% of what we sell. So we would only have to sell $200 in a month to make $100. Y'all, how long does it take to sell? I mean, like, that's one facial or one party, right? I mean, and then once you're in, it's really like 2 reorders. So I just wanted to put it in perspective to you. Okay. It says, what salary makes Gen Z happy? Okay. What salary makes the Gen Z happy? This was interesting to me. Like, if you said, what would be the amount of money that you would feel great about, makes you happy? The average salary that young adults said would make them feel as if they had made it, they finally made it, was $121,553 per year, with Gen Z aiming slightly higher and pining for $124,494. And the millennials earmarking was $120,000. This was May 3rd. 2023. That's when they feel like they have made it. Okay. Okay. So what Janice Trude went on to say is they want to make that money. However, the time and effort they're willing to spend on something does not match up with their expectations of what they want to make. Like, they don't really want to work that many hours to make that much money, right? So they've got a big old gap there. And so her whole point of this is that, Mary Kay, what do we have to offer as far as recruiting?
All right, so I wanted to share all that with you guys. And one of the things that they also did some research on is that the average direct selling company, this takes all of them, the average is between 20 and 25%. I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 that have any discount, even anywhere close to ours, 40 to 50%. And ours, of course, is 50. And we don't have that monthly contract minimum kind of thing. So there are a lot of people out there. And when you guys think about it, when you go to these vendor events, look for the people who are the startup candle companies or the startup whatever. It means they can still have that as a passion, but is there sustainability behind it? Is there, I mean, Mary Kay, they do PCP mailings for us. They do product launches. They maintain our websites. Like, my new recruit got on to set up her website and she's like, are you kidding me? She goes, I just spent $1,400 having a website designed for my company. It's not even nearly as interactive as Mary Kay's. And she goes, and that was for $30 for a year? I said, yeah, that came as part of your start. So we sometimes get a little spoiled and don't even realize how great we have it. But I love all those statistics. I'm happy to get those slides if any of you guys want them, because you could incorporate those in any of your virtual parties and start asking people, this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for women who want to, with their current full-time job, have a side hustle of something to make a little extra cash. But it's all about freedom and flexibility. If I hear that one more time, it's all about freedom and flexibility. So what I want to ask you guys is, what are you willing to do? Not what can you do, because I know you're all capable. We all are, Lori and I included, and Brenda, who's a director. We all can do more than what we're doing. But what are you at a level 3 commitment? Remember, level 3 commitment is I'm in, I'm all in, and no matter what, I'm all in. Like, there is no wavering. I'm not giving up when it's not easy, no matter how many cards I have to go through to get the face cards. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. What is your non-negotiable goal for June 30th? And then I would back it up and say, okay, so if that's my goal by June 30th, go to DIQ or whatever. Where do I want to be by June 15th? Where do I want to be by June 1st? And what am I willing to do over the next 8 days here in this month? Because there are people who have no team members that'll end up being a red jacket by the end of this month. There'll be people that have a red jacket of 3 or 4 on their team who will end up being in DIQ at the beginning of this month. Ediselli, who is in Tammy's new unit. Tammy's been a director for 1 month. Tammy had to do DIQ in 1 month because she's got a DIQ. That gal came in, she got 4 recruits her first month and then got to 10 the second month, or 8 the second month. So in just a month and a half, right, Lorraine, a month and a half, she now has 8 and she's in DIQ. So she hasn't been in Mary Kay more than 2 months and she already has a team of 8 and she's in DIQ. Sue Damheisel's a new director. I mean, there's all these people who were at seminar last year as red jackets. They went to leadership as red jackets, Brenda included, and they all had their pictures taken with the suit, but they made a decision. They drew a line in the sand and said, I am at a level 3 commitment. Brenda, all through DIQ was well, maybe not all through DIQ. She may have had days where she was thinking, I feel like a 2. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I'm sure Brenda may have had days where she felt like, oh my God, is this going to work? And then you just have to do the work and trust in God and trust that if you just do the work, he will honor the chase. So with that, I want to leave you guys with a challenge. So did anybody do last week's challenge? Because I didn't get a text and you guys, I have all these beautiful prizes.
Remind us what it was.
So the challenge when we got off at 7:30 was to call customers and to book a party to be held in May and to get somebody on for the sharing event that week. So it was to get somebody on the sharing event and to book a party. So I'm going to challenge you guys right now to, if you want to do a Memorial Day sale, do one. Like, in fact, if you guys need me to, I can snip my thing and put it back up there. Do you guys need me to do that? Do you need me to take my
It looks like
sale?
maybe that would help some people.
Okay, then give me 5 minutes from the meeting because I have a double facial at 7:45, but I have 15 minutes. So I will take mine. I will snip off the bottom part, but you have the sample text. You can do that, but I'm going to challenge each and every one of you guys to book a party to be held in May. And so you can just tell them, I'm in a challenge. What I'm doing, I'm sticking my neck out and I'm telling my neighbors, here's the deal. I committed to our company that I'm doing 40 faces. And since I've never done yours, can I just borrow your face? That's very unthreatening. So I decided for me, because I don't know a lot of hostesses that'll maybe throw a party together for me this weekend because it's Memorial Day. I decided I'm going to host a party here at my house the night of Memorial Day. I figured people will be done with barbecues, will be done with traveling. I'm coming back from the lake Monday morning. Like all of that will be done. And at 7:15, I'm going to do skincare, charcoal mask here at my house to any neighbors in the neighborhood that want to come. Any of the women I know in Benicia that want to come. Every face counts. Because they're all my neighbors. I don't have any clue who I don't know these people, but I'm going to send it out and say, hey, what are you doing the night of Memorial Day? I'm going to have sangria. Would you like to come down and get pampered for a quick pampering? I'm going to give a prize also to the person who comes in the cutest sweats or cutest pajamas. What have I got to lose, right? So you guys have to start thinking outside of the box. What can I do? Now, I want to give you 2 other quick selling ideas for this month. Is you might have a veterans home, like the vets, like, you know, the people who've served in the service. And with Father's Day coming up in June being about men and dads and all that stuff, what if, just like we did adopt a grandparent, what if you put together a thing and went to your local town and said, I'm doing something for the local vets in my county. And you call and you find a vet hospital or a veterans center and find out how many people are living there. Let's say they have 30 vets that live at this place. Then you're going to say, okay, so you're going to go to the community, ask them to purchase a gift. One gift might be the cleanser and the moisturizer. Okay, that could be part of the gift. The next gift could be the foaming beard wash and hand cream. The next one could be the shea butter lip balm for the guys. So you can come up with, you can't ask for a donation, but you could sell 3 different gifts and say, well, the first gift I collect for each guy is getting him cleanser and moisturizer. The second gift, if you guys have got those fragrance boxes that were blue, you know, that had the 3 fragrance vials, those were a perfect thing to sell. And say this, the first $30 gift gets them skincare. The second $30 gift gives them fragrance. And the third $30 gift gives them whatever you want to give them. But you guys could go into your community, just like adopt a grandparent, and say, I want to honor the veterans in my county. Because you've got all these patriotic, you've got Memorial Day this weekend, you got 4th of July coming, you've got Father's Day in June. So you could absolutely do something like that. Another option would be is if you know of any foster home group homes, and you could reach out to the foster youth or contact CASA, C-A-S-A, they're an organization that works with foster youth, and ask them and say, I'd like to give gifts for anybody that is turning 18 or graduating from high school that's part of the foster system. Do you have some group homes with graduates? And they might say, yeah, we have, this house has got 3 girls, this house has got 2 boys. So the goal would be to sell A roll-up is one gift. So you got an empty roll-up, right? So you sell the roll-up, that's one gift. That would be like a $35 donation or whatever, then or a $30 donation, because you don't have to pull your full profit. The second donation for that kid could be botanical skincare. The third donation could be a charcoal mask. The next donation could be satin lips and satin hands. So this could be for a guy or a girl. Excuse me. And if you don't want to give the roll-up bag because it's a little girly with the hearts on it, you could find the black and white one or give it to them in a little men's zipper pouch or whatever. But it would give the foster youth that are just turning 18 that are graduating from high school. Do you know those kids have a very, very low success rate of going to college? So can you imagine how neat it would be for the foster youth to get delivered to that group home 2 roll-ups? Let's say 2 of the kids in a foster home are graduating, and you would deliver this roll-up with the roll-up, skincare, maybe a sonic brush. The sonic brush could be in there. And so for every $30 gift, it could buy a pocket. So you could do 4 pockets and the roll-up, everything $30. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. So for $150 donation, you would fill the whole thing. Does that make sense? And you're not going to make your full profit because you're going to do some stuff at a discount. Like the roll-up, instead of being 36 would be 30. And maybe the sonic brush, that might need to be 2 gifts. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but think about what pulls on your heartstring, what makes you, and then you go out into the community and say, I want to make a difference to the local foster youth in my town or in this county. And I'll tell you what, can you imagine going to a group home and dropping those gifts off to the kids that are just about to turn 18 or that just graduated from high school? And CASA or a social worker, I guarantee you can reach out and find out where these kids are, where these kids live. So just some quick selling ideas. Of course, you can do the promotion that I did as well. So I want to challenge you guys to get a party booked to be held in May. Now, I know that doesn't give us a lot of time. That's only like 9 days from now, but you could hold one next Tuesday, right after our meeting. You could jump off here at 7:30 and do a party at 7:45. You could do one on Wednesday, the 31st. You could do one on Memorial Day night. You could do one this Friday at your own house. Carrie, Marty, you guys could host one at your own house and say, this Friday, I'm in a challenge to do 4 faces. Can you come over? What's the worst thing they can say is, no, I'm booked on Friday, but I can come another night. Let them know you're trying to get so many faces done. So it's, what do you have a level 3 commitment on? Because everything you guys do will matter to our unit. And Brenda, I really want to challenge you and your unit to make sure that you have 25,000 retail, because your 25,000 retail helps us get to Circle of Excellence. They will allow me to count up to 25,000 retail from you and your team. And I know you're finishing sales court and you've got some big goals as well. So you guys, I couldn't be more proud to be your director. And I just absolutely love having people like Lori and Brenda in my life, all the directors, that it's all about lifting each other up. How can you have a win? And it isn't about so much how much money can I make? It's like, how many lives can you touch? Right? So I want to congratulate you. I think Carrie McCurdy, you are our queen of sales for the evening with a $600 week. What I am going to do starting in June, and I will send you a prize in the mail, Carrie, for your $600 week, but I'm going to be sending you guys by a little sheet that you can post out, and every week there's 4 different things you can get points for. And as soon as you fill up the sheet, you turn it into me, and you're going to get a whole box of like postcards and sampler mailings that you can send out to your customers when you're out warm chat or booking. I just sent Tammy Mann a whole bunch of them. She got all excited. So there will be a new little card that I'll be emailing to you guys that you can just print it out. And every week you keep track of your sales and how many new faces. And you have, as soon as you fill up the card, you send the card into me and I mail you out your prize. That sound good? All right. So you guys, the challenge is get a booking to be held in May. Get on the phone right now and have a fabulous night. And I will snip that invitation and get it posted for you. Okay. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening, and please, please jump on to celebrate with Brenda for Thursday for her fabulous debut. It'll be a one-of-a-kind evening. Can't wait. Talk to you guys later.